Welcome to Renewed Mind Revolution podcast with your host, Michelle Cook Hall. Listen, it is always my honor and my pleasure to be able to come on and share some tips and some tools with you that I know will assist you in becoming a better you. That's right. That's what this is all about. We've been doing this for a while, ladies and gentlemen, and I am still enjoying coming and chit-chat with you. Still feeling blessed to be able to share with you. This is what we do. This is what it is all about: empowering you, inspiring you, informing you, educating you. Come on, to let you know and remind you that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Fearfully and wonderfully made. Come on, somebody needs encouragement today. Somebody needs to be reminded today that they can click that reset button and start all over again. And that's what this is all about. Clicking that reset button and starting all over again. Yes, you made some mistakes. Yes, you made some poor choices. Yes, you feel like you started late in life. Yes, you've allowed time to catch up with you. Yes, you've wasted time. Yes. We've heard all of it, all of the excuses. As a matter of fact, I have used some of those excuses, so I get it. But it does not matter how much time you've wasted. Once you are aware, once you have been enlightened to know that you can start all over again, once you have been enlightened to know that you can choose better, then you have a responsibility to do better. And not just for others around you, but this podcast is for you to understand that we need to do what's best for ourselves sometimes. Make this choice for you. Come on, make this healthy move for you. Come on, make this change for you. And that's what this particular podcast is going to be about. You. It's about you. We talk about our effect on other people. We talk about our families. We talk about our friends. We talk about our community. We talk about a lot in this podcast. But today, I want to talk about you. I want to talk about you, taking care of you, making sure that you are making the healthy choices and changes for yourself. Because if you don't think you deserve it, then this right here will not work for you. If you don't believe that you deserve a second chance, if you don't believe that you deserve a healthy lifestyle, if you don't believe that you deserve to have greatness and to have the life that you dreamed of, then what's the point? You have to believe in yourself first. A lot of times we're looking for validation from other people. But I am here today to tell you it starts with you. Come on. At some point, we have to learn to pick up ourselves and encourage ourselves. One of the individuals that I love in the Bible is David. And I love one part of David specifically is that David knew how to encourage himself in the Lord. He knew how to do that. And so today I want to talk about that. I want to talk about you learning how to encourage yourself, learning to do things that is positive for you, even for individuals who are going through depression or anxiety or any type of abuse, drug abuse. A lot of times we think about those around us. I've heard many stories where people say, well, I've done it for my children. I did it for my parents. I did it for, my spouse or whatever. But sometimes it's imperative. It's very important that you are doing something for yourself, because you have to understand the value that you have. A lot of times we look for people to validate us. We look for people to get approval. And that is a grave mistake. Let me say that again. If you're looking for people to approve of you or to validate you, you're making a grave mistake. Why is that? Because people are freaky. I've said that before, which means that people are with you one minute, then they're against you the next. It's just how people are. They're not always consistent, right? And then not only that, but people are flawed, just like you're flawed. Those around you are flawed. And so they won't always see things the way that they should, which is objectively, right? So it is so very important that you make sure that what you're doing is not just for those around you that you love and those around you that you care for, but it's that you're doing it for yourself. You know that you're worth it. You know that you deserve to be healthy. You know that you deserve to be happy. You know that you deserve to be free and not bound by fear or bound by depression or bound by addiction. So you know this of yourself. People around you will tell you, listen, I want this for you. I remember when you were, a better person or a healthier person or a happier person. And we need that support. But if you don't see it, if you don't see that you need it, then it's counterproductive. No one can pick you up and pull you through anything. You have to put forth an effort in your own healing. I mean, I hope you all understand that part. Get that down. That is definitely a sticky note moment. We used to do sticky note moments a lot last year and the year before. I haven't really said sticky notes in a while, but that's definitely a sticky note moment. That means you get out your sticky note pads. I have plenty, you all. I have all kind of colors of sticky notes around me. I still use them. I am very tech savvy. Don't get me wrong, but I love sticky notes. I just love them. And so that's a sticky note moment. But if you're into just being techie and you want to just put it, in your phone or your iPad or your notes, then do that. But understand that it is imperative for you to be a part of your own healing. Okay, a lot of times we begin to gravitate to those around us, and we look for them to repair us. We look for them to save us. We look for them to help us in ways that only we can do that. Come on, we have to do it ourselves. We have to be a part of this process. And the reason is not only are you putting too much on other people, but they can only do so much. It is your journey, it is your life, it is your truth, and I'm coming from a very transparent position today. I want you to understand that I've been there. I understand that what I'm saying and teaching to you today. I understand this that I'm sharing. So I'm not saying something that I haven't experienced. You guys know that's not what I do. I always share something that I have experience in. So let me say this again. A lot of times when you're going through something, and we don't know what your something is, only you know what your struggle is, okay? Let me use this word, stronghold, okay? Stronghold, something that has a hold of you, okay? Only you know what your stronghold is, okay? I don't know it. I might not know you personally, but you know what your stronghold is. And let's start off with you being honest with yourself about that. Whatever it is, okay? Whatever your stronghold is, be honest with that, okay? So, first of all, we always know that we have to recognize, we have to expose what it is. Whatever our issue, whatever our concern, whatever our problem, whatever our stronghold, which is what we're going to use today. Whatever our stronghold is, we know first we need to recognize that. Where it's coming from, what's triggering it, we need to recognize it to expose it. Exposing your stronghold is a part of your healing process. It's a part of your healing process. So recognize it and exposing it. I believe in exposing strongholds. I believe in exposing whatever it is that has put you in the position that you're in. I believe that is a part of your healing process. So recognizing it, exposing it, okay? We have to expose it. When we expose things, we strip it of its power over us. Okay, so that's why I always say expose it, to yourself. You're not making billboards or poster boards and exposing it that way, putting an ad in the paper. But what you're doing is you're exposing it to yourself. You're identifying what it is that has put you in the place that you are in. So that is part of your healing process. Once you have done that, you have exposed it, then you have a responsibility for your own self to say, listen, I don't want this a part of my life anymore. You've exposed it. Now you say, I don't want this. I don't want to, continue to, drink myself to an early grave, smoke myself to an early grave, be depressed to the point where I'm suicidal, can't get out the bed. I don't want to constantly be in fear. I don't want anxiety to overwhelm me and take the quality of my life. Come on. These are things that we're going to verbally open our mouth and say. This is not what I want. I don't want to be in this place that I've been in for 20 years, 30 years, no productivity. I haven't done anything. I haven't moved forward in my dreams and in my plans. I mean, I'm at this age now. Is there a possibility for me now to begin to work towards whatever it is that I wanted to work towards maybe 10 or 15 years ago? Okay, yes, there is, as long as you have breath in your body, you have opportunity, you have a chance. So you're exposing that, you're exposing all those fears, you're exposing all those thoughts, you're exposing all that negativity, you're exposing the people to yourself. There might be individuals in your life who have constantly been an anchor, pulling you down, making you feel some type of way. They have not brought out the best in you, but they brought out the worst in you. I mean, these are things that we just have to expose. This is healthy. This is healthy. We expose it to ourselves. Look at you. It's self-evaluation. This is not where I want to be. I'm not happy. Sometimes we are contented, and I've shared this before, in just our mess. Because why? It's familiar to us. It's not good for us. It's not healthy for us. We're not happy, but we're familiar with it. And so when we're familiar with it, we are more prone to stay there only because we're familiar with it. And so we want to get out of that. We don't want to stay into something because we're just familiar with it, because it's what we know. This chaos, I know. Okay, versus chaos, I don't know. I remember hearing a comedian kind of joke about going back to an ex-spouse, because they said once they went into the dating scene, they were nervous because they said they don't know that type of crazy, but this crazy or dysfunction they know. And so, we're prone to do that sometimes because we're used to it. But the thing is, it's something that I've always thought about when it came to even myself. And I want you to think about this today. I want you to take some time. And, I love taking moments of reflection with you. But I want you to take this moment and I want you to think, if you're sitting in something like that, whether it's a person, whether it's a relationship, whether it's any type of dysfunction for you, alcohol, drugs, abuse, anxiety, depression, any of these things that we just discussed. If you're sitting in this type of environment, in this situation, I want to know, is this something that you feel is making you happy? And if it's not making you happy, why are you still going around the same circle? What is keeping you from making the necessary moves or necessary changes to your life? What's keeping you from taking that step? Is it fear? And what is the fear? Is it fear of being alone? Fear of failure? Fear of what? Fear of what? Fear of being told so many times that you couldn't do it, that you won't be successful. So is it fear of that, and that coming true, or that being the anchor that still is trying to keep you down? What is it the fear of? That's a part of your exposure. Exposing. What is it that's keeping you there? Why have you been here in the same position for 10 or 15 years? Because a lot of times we recognize, we don't necessarily expose the issue, but we will recognize the issue, but we continue to do it over and over and over again. That's always been a great concern for me. What is keeping you from making that move? What is it? What's holding you back from coming out of this place that you know is suffocating you. You know it is making you feel less of what God has put in you. You know, God has put so much greatness, and He has such great plans for your life, and you have a hope and you have a future to do, you know, great things. But, you know, circumstances and situations and time has just caught up with you, right? But now that you have, you know that, you've exposed that, or at least you said it to yourself. What is keeping you? What is keeping you from making moves? I have seen people who I know is intelligent and smart and gifted and all of this, right? Just great character, but they are make excuses for not moving forward. And the only thing that I've seen so far that is similar in certain cases is just the fact that some people are very comfortable in their chaos. Comfortable in their chaos. And I don't want you, know what I desire for myself or my family or my children or those who are around me, to be comfortable in chaos. You know, don't ever short yourself. Don't ever short yourself by being comfortable with chaos because you feel like this is at least something that you're familiar with. You have a responsibility, and that's what we're talking about today, to yourself. To yourself. To give yourself the best opportunity and the best chance that you possibly can to be the best that you can. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. No one has to tell you that. You know, I'm going to tell you because I want to tell you because I love you and I want to see the best for you. I want to see you go out there and say, listen, I listened to the Renewed Mind Revolution podcast, and I was feeling really down. It empowered me to get up and start this business. It empowered me to get up, write this book. It empowered me to put down, you know, this struggle with this substance abuse that I've been having. It made me walk out of a very toxic and unhealthy relationship. You know, I realize now that I deserve better. I realize now that I can do better and I can be better, right? And sometimes we need support from those who are around us. And I suggest you get as much support as you need. Please seek out for help, seek out for support from whoever you feel safe and comfortable with. That's not what I'm saying not to do. Absolutely. Please get the support. We all need support. I do excellent when I'm able to share, you know, the things that I'm going through, the things that I'm facing, the things that is a conflict for me. I'm much better and healthier when I am able to talk it out and share it. So absolutely get that help and support that you need. But what I'm saying to you is it takes strength to understand and recognize and receive that you don't need the validation of others to do better for yourself. You don't need someone to come and tell you that you need help when you know you need help. You understand what I'm saying today? It's okay to have those to tell you, but you have to want it for yourself. It doesn't work unless you want it. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? One of the lessons that I always teach my kids is, you know, when they want to talk about people who are very successful in sports or music or different forms of art or whatever, I always say to them, I want you to see how hard they work towards that goal, how they got there. See, we often see the end result of people's lives and how we look at the accomplishment of where they are now, but we fail to go back and look at the passion and the dedication and the struggle and the work ethic that they put in to get there. How bad do you want it? That's what I'm asking you today. How bad do you want it? Not those who are around you that want it for you. Those around you who have seen you at your rock bottom and they want it for you. Those who have told you, I love you, I care for you, I'm concerned for you. Not those people. But how bad do you want it for yourself? How bad do you want to be healthy and strong again? How bad do you want to have peace again? How bad do you want to be able to be productive again? How bad do you want to be able to move forward and not feel like you always stagnant in life? How bad do you want that? How bad? How bad do you want to see the things that you dreamed about when you were much younger come to pass? Because it's not too late. You are breathing. Come on. Take in that breath. You are breathing. You have life in you. As long as you have life, you have what? Opportunity. You have a chance to do what? Click that reset button. How bad do you want it for yourself? How bad? Think about it. Think about how much passion you had when you were younger. You know, how you planned all the things that you wanted to do. Some things it changed over the years, as it changed for me. It was certain things that I just knew I wanted to do when I was younger that I still love and care about, but my priorities changed. And so, you know, the ultimate goals for me changed because life changed for me, right? But there are still certain things that I wanted that I worked very hard towards, that I wanted in my life. And I refuse to let it go. I am persistent. I am resilient about it because that's how bad I want it. That's how bad I want it. So how bad do you want it? When things come in my life that try to trip me up, that try to make me stagnant, you know, I work so very hard to get past that. I put in the work to get past it. I seek the resources to get past it because it's imperative for me. It's a part of my journey. It is my life. This is what I want to do. This is how I identify myself. It's something with my work and my passion. That's who I am. That's my identity. So how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? You need to ask yourself that today. Once you have clicked off this podcast today, I want you to reflect on the things that have held you up, the things that have, held you down, the things that you want, the things that you know you shouldn't have been doing, but you've been doing it for a long time. You put a lot of practice into it. We've talked about that. We talked about in previous podcasts how much effort we put into things. You put practice into hard practice into poor and bad behavior. So we need to put that same practice into what? Productive behavior. Same effort, same passion into productive behavior. So I want you to think about that. I want you to think about the work that you put into this, how long it took you to get here. And then I want you to expose it. And I want you to analyze whatever it is. The people that plays a part in it, the relationships that plays a part in it, whatever it is, the addictions that play a part in it, the triggers of your fears and anxieties, the triggers of your depression. I want you to identify these things, and then I want you to work through those things, exposing those things, resisting those things, and saying, this is not what I want for me. I want better. I deserve better. I'm so glad that my children want me to get healthy. I'm so glad that my spouse and my friends and my parents want me to get better. I'm so glad that my siblings love me. I'm so glad that my coworkers want me to get healthy and to get better. Wonderful. But I want you to turn around and say, after you've said all that, say, but I want to get better. I didn't realize how important that was until I had to do it myself. And that's how I've had to share this with other people to understand that it first starts with you. You have to understand that you deserve to be healthy. You have to understand that you deserve to be happy and to have a life that is worth living for yourself. We're living in sometimes very dysfunctional and chaotic lifestyles, not because we desire it, but once again, it's because we are familiar with it. And it's amazing how far we can go with that. Let me say that and leave that right there. The things that we can do, that people can do, the lifestyles that they can live, not because they want to, but because it's just familiar. It's just pure familiar chaos. Okay. And so I don't want you to live in chaos. I don't want you to live in sickness and affliction and depression and anxiety and addiction and hopelessness, feeling like life is not worth living, because life is worth living. Every day amazes me how something can really knock you hard one day. And you could feel like this is it. I've shared this before. How you feel like, okay, this is it. I can't take anymore. I'm done. I'm so exhausted. I'm so tired. And then you can find strength that just comes from just out of nowhere. This strength that comes that allows you to make it. And you look around you that made it not only a day, weeks, but months, years, and you reflect back on what you've been through and you say, I can't believe it. I made it through that. I thought that I would not make it through that. I thought that was the end. I thought that was, the finale for me. But God's grace and his mercy has allowed me to continue. I'm so grateful. That's what we do. We get in the middle of something. We feel like this is it. This is it. This is it. But you're resilient. You're designed that way. You're designed to overcome. The scripture says that we're overcomers. You're overcomer. It looks hard and it looks dark. Sometimes it looks like it just consistently goes wrong sometimes. It seems like everybody around you is living their dreams and having the things that you have desired your entire life. I get that. I get that. And please don't put sickness in it. When your body is fighting against you, your mind is strong, but then your body is fighting against you and doing things it's never done before. Okay? You're experiencing things you've never experienced before. So I get it. I get it. But my question to you is, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? The strength is there. It is there. No matter how you feel, no matter what you're telling yourself over and over again every day, the strength is there. And you can do it just like you did it last year. Just like you did the year before and the year before and the year before. You can do it. You can make it. But you have to want it bad. You have to tell yourself, I deserve to get out from this place. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be strong. I deserve to be treated with respect, with kindness, with love, compassion. I deserve it. I deserve to be sober-minded. I deserve to be about my senses and have, clean thoughts, to take control over my thoughts and not allow my thoughts to take control over me. I deserve that. I deserve that. I deserve this chance. to see all of the things that I desire and prayed for to come to pass. I deserve that. And I believe that I can have that. And I'm ready to receive that. So if you're ready to receive that, I want you to open your mouth and just begin to declare and decree over yourself that yes, it will not be the same for me. Yes, I'm going to make it. Yes, not only am I going to make it, but I'm about to be the overcomer that I'm designed to be. You guys, it has been awesome. It has been great as always. I absolutely love and appreciate you. We are doing this in 2021. I'm going to have a special guest for you coming up, especially for our Valentine's Day special. We're going to have one, and I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. We are going to be here as long as we can be here. And so I'm so grateful and thankful for you for tuning in to Renew My Revolution podcast with your host, Michelle Cook Hall. Please go out and check out our books at Amazon.com, Barnes and Noble. The books are Faith vs. Spirits, Breaking Family Ties, The Crowd. And I want you to support this podcast. Go ahead and follow me on social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I share the same content on those platforms as I do here. And then you can keep up with some of the specials that we got coming forward. So God bless you guys. Have an outstanding day and the remaining of your week. Look forward to sharing more with you with Renewed Mind Revolution podcast. Remember that God loves you. He cares about you and he's concerned about you. God bless you guys. Have a great day.